Welcome to beautiful San Miguel de Allende, Mexico.
This town is super popular amongst local and international travelers and has a large expat community, and honestly, we can already see why.
In this video, we'll be taking you around San Miguel de Allende and finding out what the hype is all about.
If you're new here, we're Eric and Sarah, and we've been traveling around Latin America for the last 2 years and showing you where to go, what to do, and how to do it.
That's right. If you want to see more videos like this, then make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any other videos.
This park is definitely the place to be in San Miguel. There's so many people here. There's always just so many people hanging out, people selling things, and kids playing. Just a really fun place to be. And even last night when we arrived, we took a 4-hour bus from Mexico City all the way to here to San Miguel de Allende. And when we arrived last night, there was a big festival with a bunch of dancers last night in all these traditional outfits, and just so many people enjoying the show. It was just, yeah, it was really incredible. So definitely this is like the heart of San Miguel, and it's, yeah, just a cool place to come and people watch.
Hacemos un selfie.
Woo!
With the Giants.
I don't know what to do. I feel awkward.
You're such a tourist.
Yeah. So as I said before, there was a big festival yesterday when we arrived, but now we actually found this whole calendar of all the different events that are happening just in March here in San Miguel. There's an art walk, there's a bunch of like concert stuff, all these different like arts and cultural events, which is so cool. I love it.
So now we're standing just outside of the church, which is the Parroquia de San Miguel Arcangel, and it is incredibly beautiful. This architecture is insane. Honestly, just walking around San Miguel de Allende, we feel like we're in Europe. And part of that is because actually this part of San Miguel de Allende is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and that means that they have to be protecting the cultural heritage of this area, which a lot of that is architecture, and it is incredible. San Miguel de Allende has also been designated as a Pueblo Mexico by the tourism board here in Mexico, and it truly is a magical town, but this part is really only half the reason why. So really only the downtown area and the Centro Histórico is part of the UNESCO Heritage Site. But that means that just outside there is a different way of expressing culture, and one of the ways is these murals. So we're in Guadalupe, and basically all the walls here are so colorful and full of art, and it's just so beautiful to see just another way to express culture in San Miguel de Allende. But it's also one of the reasons why this place is actually really truly Pueblo Mexico.
So this is actually the area of San Miguel that we decided to stay in because it was slightly cheaper than downtown, but still very, very walkable, which is super nice. So we found a great little Airbnb with a beautiful patio overlooking the city. It was $46 a night, which given it is a weekend in the busy season in Mexico, it's March, so you could definitely find a little bit cheaper, and we only booked it 2 days ago. So if you book in advance or book more long-term, there are better rental options here. But there's also a lot of like luxury stays if that's what you're interested in. There's quite a few places that have like a spa attached or different things like that. So if you're looking for kind of more of a getaway luxury experience, this is also a great place for that.
I think this might be one of the most like picturesque places we visited.
This is so beautiful.
Especially like this feels like some sort of like magical little house with all the plants and stuff. I just really like the look of it.
And the wheels in there, that's so pretty. Yeah. Look at this whole street. Wow. Beautiful. I think I'm getting the hype, Eric. I'm getting the hype. It's also just like the most perfect temperature. I wish you could feel what it feels like right now. It's like warm, but not too warm, you know? Oh, it's just like a lovely, temperature here too. I understand the hype of San Miguel.
It's definitely not something we've been used to, is that like the pedestrians have the right of way here in this town, and we've been in Mexico for like a month, and like that is not the case anywhere else. So we've been like completely thrown off. They're not even allowed to honk at you, which is funny. But yeah, it's just one of the things that just unique about this town, you know?
You just throw up your hand and they stop.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So we've heard really good things about this restaurant, but all the restaurants here, or a lot of the restaurants, you need to book a reservation, and we have not. So we'll see how this works. But man, even this entrance is beautiful.
Wow, this is so gorgeous. This restaurant is like on top of a hotel, but this is so beautiful. Look at the greenery. Why are we staying here?
I might be out of my budget.
It might not be in the budget. Okay, do we take this elevator?
I think so.
Yeah.
This is nice.
This is so beautiful. Look at this view right now. What the? That's so nice.
Awesome.
So we're here at Antonia's Rooftop, and we ordered a breaded leek sandwich and a grilled artichoke with like Parmesan and other toppings. It looks super good, and apparently this is one of the best things about San Miguel is that there's so many different restaurants, all varieties from local Mexican food, but also just other like high-end cuisine places, which is really nice. If you travel long term, you know that although it's awesome to eat local food, every so often you just really crave like just comfort food of home. So once in a while we like doing this. We've been here in Mexico for a month and we've eaten so many tacos. I seriously have lost count, but sometimes we just really crave like a different kind of meal like this. So it's really nice being in a place where there's just so many different options. It is pretty pricey, but you know, every so often it's nice to splurge a little bit.
That's right. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
So I don't know what Sarah was talking about, comforts of home, because this is a completely foreign food to me. And I was eating it completely wrong, and literally like all the people around me were laughing, and the waiter had to come over and tell me how to eat it. And basically just like pull this off and eat the end of it. And there was mayo in the middle, and that's what I scooped out and just basically just ate mayo. And I was like, this is pretty good.
Not fancy enough.
That makes way more sense. Oops. Wow, this is definitely one of the best views in the city, and just having dinner here was amazing. We were tempted just to stay here for sunset, but I think we have plans for something else. But honestly, everywhere that we go, we make travel guides for those places. So this is the type of stuff that we put on it, places that we've eaten, places that we've stayed, places that have been recommended to us. So you don't have to do any of the research yourself. So we have links in the description for our thatch guides. So if you're interested in finding out more about where to go and what to do in Mexico, then that's where you can find it. So we made it to another beautiful Zocalo here, of course, underneath another very, very beautiful church. This is so nice here. One thing that we haven't mentioned though is that there are a lot more gringos than what we're used to here.
So many more, it's crazy.
But there's a really good reason. Like there's so many expats here because like it's just such a nice place to live.
Yeah, and one of the big things is that the temperature is nice, which I touched on before, but we even met some people yesterday that just said they used to live elsewhere in Mexico,
Yeah.
but here's just really nice because you don't have to stay inside in the middle of the day because it's way too hot. Like it's just a very nice temperature.
Absolutely.
And another reason they gave us is the prices of things. So obviously compared to other places in Mexico, it might not be super cheap because it is quite touristy or popular among expats, but as far as cost of living goes, it is pretty cheap to live here or to buy a place, especially if you're gonna rent long term.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Another thing that we've heard is that like the community, because there's so many expats here, the community is actually great. We've even like been stopped by several people
Yeah.
just wanting to like talk to us and see what our deal is, and it's actually really refreshing to like have, I guess just like an expat community that's willing to accept other expats.
Yeah,
Really
everyone's
cool.
really nice.
Totally. And then the last thing is because of more people coming here, more touristy, it actually has a lower crime rate. So that's another great reason to stay here. There are certain areas in Mexico where you would want to avoid because of the crime rate, whereas here, like it's we have not felt unsafe even in
No.
the slightest, especially here.
Yeah, and everyone's so friendly.
Totally.
It's awesome.
So there is a very, very good reason why people come and choose San Miguel de Allende to live and be an expat, and
Yeah,
it's awesome.
If you're watching this and you have moved here,
Yeah.
at least even for part of the year, we'd love to hear what your reason is of why you are an expat here in
Totally.
San Miguel.
Throw it into the comments. We'd like to hear it.
So we're doing as the locals do. We got some ice cream and we're watching sunset in front of the church here, and there are just so many people out here right now. It's awesome.
It is so beautiful. This town really, really lights up and like hits its stride like at sunset.
Yeah.
All the colorful buildings and everything really look beautiful.
They're all just glowing.
It's
It's so
actually
nice.
incredible. Totally.
Definitely have understood the hype of this town, and I would say it is 100%
Yeah.
worth visiting
Absolutely.
if you come to Mexico.
Totally. So don't miss San Miguel de Allende. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos, and like this video if you liked it, because it really helps boost it. And
See you in the next one.
Makes me so nervous. I have no idea how to eat this right now. I'm a little bit stressed. I don't think that was how I was supposed to eat it.
That wasn't how you were supposed to eat it?
It's like cut my inside of my mouth.
No. Probably just eat the middle, I would guess.
I honestly have no idea.
We should ask our server.